All right. Hello. Welcome to my channel. Hussein Rizz Trader. It's your boy HRT. This week we've experienced loss. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel good, and but it's okay. That's trading. That's the process of trading, and we learn. For every lessons, every failure we go through, we do learn. So with that all said, today I'm going to go through 3 lessons that I've experienced this week loss, and hope that you find it valuable. So with that said, let's begin. All right, let me go ahead and put this down real quick before we start. Cool. The first lesson that I have learned, in this week loss is that ignore everything outside of your trading setup. Ignore everything outside of your trading setup. Part of that is to also means understand your trading setup. Literally, like just by a quick glance, is that your setup? That ability to do that. Get to that level. And so I've made a few mistakes this week, and I've traded certain setups that was not my setup. And certain setups that look like my setup, certain setup that was 50% of my setup, not 100%. And so the full setup wasn't complete, and I got in, and I took a few losses, and so that told me, all right, cool. I may have a setup that works at a good probability, but I actually don't even, when in the heat of a moment, stuff like that, I'm not recognizing my setup, and so that's something I take away. That I look forward to implementing going forward this upcoming week, right? And that is ignore everything outside of your trading setup, which also means understand your setup 100%, right? What it looks like, how it's disguised in whatever market you're in. Can you identify your setup quickly, right? So there we go. That's one. Secondly, that's a very important one. Here's the second. Ready for this? Don't attach your self-worth to the outcome of the trade. And as a beginner trader, you're going to experience this many times, and you're going to feel pretty bad, right? And I've experienced this many times, even to this day. I still fall prey to this, attaching my self-worth to the outcome of a trade. In the past, I've experienced a great W. And I felt so good, going about my day, enjoying my life, feeling so good, like I'm in the, sky, just having a great time, And the next day comes, I take an L. Ooh, gloom and doom all of a sudden. Even though things around me are all great, I'm feeling off, right? So I've attached, that outcome of the trade to my self-worth. Throughout that whole day, I was experiencing, oh man, come on. Am I really like this? Am I not good? What's going on? Why did I took that L? And the other day I had that W, I was posting it on Twitter. Let's go. Check it out type thing, Yeah, so it's important to really get to that level where you're able to detach yourself from that. And in order to do that, you need to first recognize and understand that trading is a probability, right? Have a setup that has a good probability percentage, and then after that, take the trade when you see your setup and leave everything else to the probability, right? That's it. And disengage emotionally. Get to the level you can trade robotically, essentially. And there you go. Think trading in probability, and that will essentially solve that problem for yourself, right? You take this trade, you didn't go to, you didn't get to, you went on this trade and it took a left turn. That's fine. Then I gotta just say, all right, cool. This is the percent chance that I take an L, and that's what happened today. That's fine. As long as my overall percentage is that I usually take W's in this setup, cool. Today happens to be the other percentage. Cool. Right? That's that. Thirdly, the third lesson I've learned is this, which kind of ties into this second one I just mentioned, and that is this. Trading, it's not about smartness. Although some level, yes. But overall, trading is not IQ based, right? Trading is not how smart you are. I'm smart, dude, technical analysis and that, and, use this metric and that, and, oh, bro, I do understand this, this candle pattern and all that. No. Trading overall comes down to confidence, right? Comes down to persistent. Did you give up? Persistent. And discipline and patience, right? Again, persistence, confidence, disciplines, and patience, right? That's literally what it comes down to. A person who's a successful trader exhibited those four characteristics to the T, right? So it's not about smartness. It's not about IQ, So with that all said, continue your persistence in your setup. Continue your persistence even on your down days. And improve and move forward, right? Improve, go to the next day, fresh day, with a new lesson that you learned from the previous day. Keep going forward, persistent. Confidence. Every time you see your setup, are you confident that you're going to take it? Or are you going to be wishy-washy, right? Are you going to be like, it is my setup, but the way the market is today, I don't know, right? Are you going to be like that, right? Confidence. Always exhibit that confidence of your setup, of your strategy. Lastly, discipline. The ability to follow throughout your whole plan, from the moment what your rules are from entering to all the way what your rules are to exiting, right? Follow that confidently with the disciplines, right? With the discipline. And lastly, patience. It's a very important one, because oftentimes, I will say majority of trading sometimes is usually patient. If not all the time, trading is patient, right? You don't know when your setup will arrive. Are you willing to hold off and click on the button? Wait a bit. Don't chase, right? When it's looking so good, when you see your setup about 80% of your setup, you're going to enter before the 20%, waiting for that 20%. So that's patience, right? That is patience. Can you end the day waiting on the screen, waiting for your setup, and the whole day passed, and your setup did not arrive, and you didn't take a trade, and you walked away from the computer that day without taking any trade, right? Okay, are you able to do that? You will be tested. And so with that all said, I hope that you found this beneficial. These are the 3 lessons that I have captured this week, and they are what? Ignoring everything outside of your trading setup. Number 2, not attaching yourself to the outcome of a trade. Not attaching your self-worth to the outcome of a trade. And lesson number 3, trading, majority of it is not necessarily IQ, but rather your level of discipline, confidence, your patience, right? And you're persistent to keep going. All right? With that all said, thank you for joining. I hope that you found this beneficial. Take care.